Thank you for reaching out to have a demo of the application QuickRecords, the number one solution to effective and collaborative management of finances within your church, your youth movement, your church group, your organization, or even your business. It manages everything starting from income, expenditures, members' contribution for different activities, and most especially the generation of reports, statistics, and balance sheets, giving you a forecast of how your transactions flow throughout the year. I'll log in as administrator of the system and show you the different features that Quick Records has to provide. Once you log in as an administrator of the system, you are shown an intuitive dashboard that shows you the list of members of in your organization, the savings that you've recorded, members' contributions for different activities, as well as expenditures that you spend for the various activities. On your left side, you have different tabs, starting from organization, where you can provide information about the organization, role management, where you manage the different roles, as well as assigning roles to various members in your organization. We have settings where you get to set the current session registration fee, where you provide the amount that each member has to pay to be fully recognized as a member in your organization. We have member management. This is where you can add members to your organization and you can register them. You can add a new member in your organization. Once you add a member to the organization, you can register that member. And of course, you can approve the members' registration. You can as well decide to have a printout giving you a list of all members that have enrolled or registered in your organization or group. Nextly, we have payment categories. This is where you define different payment activities or items that you want to collect contribution or income from. For example, we have church project. If your group or church do have a project to carry out and you want to record out transactions or contributions for that particular project, you can come here and record out that transaction. You start by defining the payment item. Give a range. Each member has to pay from 25,000 up to 50,000. Once you define the payment item, you can begin collecting contributions for that payment item. You come under the contributions tab and you record out individual contributions for that particular payment item. You can approve it, and you can also add another contribution. Now we have sponsorship management. If you receive some sponsorship for this particular project that you have, you can come under sponsorship management and you record down the sponsorship you receive. You select the payment item, give the name of the sponsor. Now we can define the expenditure, how much was spent for this particular activity by coming under expenditure categories. We define an expenditure item for this particular activity. We select the activity, we give it a name, expenditure for, we give a forecast, how much amount we intend to spend. We intend to spend 500,000. Give it a date and event. Once you define an expenditure activity, now you need to provide the individual details of how much was spent for each particular item. Let's say for labor, we spend 100,000. For materials, we spend 50,000. You can go ahead to list out the individual expenses that pertain to the particular activity. Once you list them out, you can now approve them. And of course, you can filter to ensure that they were actually approved. As you can see, they have been approved, and you have some details down below. Now we can approve our expenditure items that we have defined for that activity, because we have been able to approve the individual expenses. Of course, you can filter to ensure that it was actually approved. Once this has been done, you can come now and generate a report for this particular activity. And these are our expenses and summary. You can have a printout. As you see, this saves you all the stress and time you would spend manually recording these finances on a book or using a tool like Excel. You can as well decide to generate a report for the entire year. You select year, and this will show you how your finances have flowed through this year, everything that you've collected, every project that you've executed, and every expenditure you've spent for any activity. So it saves you the time that you will have to do this using a tool like Excel. You can have a printout. And lastly, you can generate a balance sheet. A balance sheet will show you members' commitment for various activities within that year. So you can generate a balance sheet for current year. We list out all our members and how much each member provided for each activity, what was expected of them, the total amount that they provided, and what is their balance. This helps you to forecast the next year and helps you to print it out. And that is QuickRecord, your number one solution to effective and collaborative management of finances. As you can see, our dashboard will automatically be updated as we keep adding finances, as we keep adding income or different expenditures. You can as well reach out to the website quickrecord.vessel.app, where you will see the different features that QuickRecord has to provide. And you can also come to our contact section and you can leave a message if you're interested in having the application, and I'll be ready to set it up for you, and I give you a 1 month free of charge usage of the application.